of those 8 directions, there are 3 of those directions that I consider to be defensively minded, and those are the ones that are going back. You know, either the straight back line, or back to the left, or back to the right. Okay, those are all defensively minded steps. They are useful. They have a purpose. Ideally, you really don't want to take more than 1 step back defensively. I mean, you consider again the resources that are required to engage in large scale and small scale, combat, right? Once I've established range, it takes a certain amount of resources to be in that range. And why would you want to just give up that range for no reason and for no opportunity and no gain, right? So ideally, the only time you're going to take a step back is if it provides you a very specific offensive opportunity, okay? Why don't you go ahead and throw a leg wrap, right? That's me just going away from it, evading away, right? Okay, do that again. So now, I didn't move, I didn't evade into that, just rotate through here. Now you do this, and a lot of times when I do this, I do kind of pull this leg back here just a little bit. But as I'm doing that, again, my sword leg is still in a position where I still have access to my targets. So as he throws that leg, I pull this back, which covers where he was throwing, and it's providing me an offensive opportunity at the same time. Does that make sense? So ideally, that's the time when you want to move back. Okay. Let me have you come up this side real quick. So I want you to think about evading forward. Okay. Go and throw that leg wrap again. So now that his hand is down there by where my leg is, I have plenty of opportunity to strike it. Okay. I want an offside leg. Same thing. You can evade back, but if you evade forward, then you are putting yourself in a position where you can get better access to more targets. Okay? And if I go and throw offside leg again, and if I come off on a 45-degree angle over here, I am changing where he is throwing to. So again, if you want to be hit, don't be there where the blow is going to land, right? And by taking this 45-degree step over here, put myself in a position where I can get this here, right? So evading forward, that's part of the offensive mindset. Offensive mindset is always being more prepared to strike than you are prepared to defend. Okay, does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So again, putting us in that position where anytime your opponent moves, even if that means your opponent is attacking you, motion means opportunity. Motion means target. So many times you see that motion happening, you see your opponent doing something, and that motion leads you, your primary instinct is to go to the defense. It's like, how am I going to block that? How am I going to account for that blow? But I want you to try to change your thinking a little bit to realize that motion means opportunity. And anytime your opponent makes any kind of motion, a target is being presented. And being in that offensive mindset means you're prepared to engage targets, and you're more likely to strike at targets as they present themselves than you are to simply just block it. Does that make sense? So, that's the 5 things. 5 things that I said. That's pretty much the core of what we're going to be talking about. As we get to analysis, and as you are breaking down the fight, you should be able to identify the deficiencies of the fight to one of those 10 things, or possibly a combination of things. Does that make sense? So this is the exploded view that we have of it. We're going to be targeting each one of these things. So when you go to practice, you can do drills for target recognition. You can do drills for defensive selection. There's an you can very specific.